Merry Christmas, friends, and welcome back to another recipe for our Thanksgiving to Christmas Kitchen Tradition series. I really hope you're enjoying it. I'm having a wonderful time doing it so far. So today's recipe is going to be my grandma's honey bun cake. It's so good. It's going to be a big hit. We actually like to enjoy this during coffee in the morning. You know, breakfast of champions, right? So I'm going to be doing it in a bundt pan. You can do it in a regular cake pan. You can do muffins, cupcake, muffin size, whatever you choose. But I just really love a good bundt cake. I don't know why. So what I've done is I've buttered and floured this bundt pan. My oven is preheated at 350 degrees. And now let's go ahead and make the cake. So I make my own cake mix. You can certainly use a store-bought cake mix if you wish, but honestly, throwing together your own cake mix is so simple. You probably already have everything on hand, and there's none of those pesky words that you can't pronounce for ingredients in it. All right, so we need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. One and a half cups of sugar. Got a half a teaspoon of salt. And 3 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Just give that a little mix together. All right, and then to this, we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, or whatever oil you want. 1 cup of sour cream. And 4 eggs. And this is a basic white cake recipe. I will leave the full white cake recipe in the description, as well as if you want to make it a chocolate cake. It doesn't have the sour cream and stuff. This is just for the honey bun cake specifically. Okay, now we need a good couple glugs of vanilla. Couple teaspoons. And then gonna mix this together until it's combined. Here's the cake batter. The nice yellow color is thanks to my wonderful chickens who lay me very rich colored yolks. All right, so now we need to make the little part that goes in the middle that gives it that honey bun flavor. So for that, I'm going to take a half a cup of brown sugar, maybe a little more. It's the holidays, right? Calories don't count. And a couple teaspoons of cinnamon. And I'm gonna give that a little whisk. If you guys have a favorite cake that you make for like a breakfast or dessert, make sure you drop me a comment down below and let me know. Oh, it smells so good. Now you could take this one step further and crush up some pecans or walnuts and add it to this mixture, but that's not what we do. I've had it that way. It's wonderful and delicious. You do whatever you want to do. All right, so for the bundt cake, we're gonna pour in about half of the batter. And then take our cinnamon and brown sugar mixture. I like a good thick layer of this. And then put some more batter on top. Oh yeah. I think I'll make a couple cupcakes with the rest of this batter because I don't want to overcrowd the bundt pan. All right, guys, and then this is going to go into the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. I will check it after 35. Now, you know, it would not be a Cooking with Chelsea video if we didn't have a little vino. I got this from the Walmart last year. Oh, and my shirt says, "Dear Santa, please bring wine." Nice little pour, nice little pour. And we're actually right now going to make the glaze that goes on top of it. Well, this isn't exactly the recipe, but we're going to use what we got. Coffee creamer and powdered sugar. So, let me grab the powdered sugar. All right, so for the glaze, we're gonna use 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now, if you don't have coffee creamer, you can just use a little bit of milk and some vanilla extract. But this really, using the coffee creamer really, I don't know, just takes over the top, makes it a little more rich. And then I like to add just a little sprinkle of cinnamon, just to kind of kick up that honey bun flavor a bit, you know what I mean? Whisk that together. And then about 4 or 5 tablespoons of the creamer. I always have such a hard time making icing because at first it looks like too thick. But you guys know how powdered sugar is. It like melts down to nothing very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna add just a scotch more. That's probably a scotch too much. Oh, here comes the supervisor. For any of you that are new, the supervisor is my little Chihuahua gringo. He is the kitchen supervisor. All right, I think that's pretty good for the glaze for the topping. Yeah. And, you know, can always add a little more to thin it out if need be once the cake comes out. You want to let the cake completely cool, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit because obviously we have to flip the cake over. That's always the scariest part. I don't use this bundt pan very often. My one that I had that was my grandmother's that my mom gave, that was my mom's, and then my mom gave it to me. That thing is so old and unusable for baking. I make my chicken summer treats in it. So this bundt pan, I'm a little nervous for the service, y'all, because I don't really use it a whole lot. So fingers crossed and a sip of wine for good luck that it's actually gonna flip out of the pan properly. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, guys, so it's out of the oven. It's very hot. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes and then Fingers crossed. I can't cross my fingers. Isn't that weird? We're gonna try to give this puppy a flip. All right, y'all. Here's the most nerve-wracking part of this whole process, okay? We gotta flip this cake. Oh. So I'm putting it on a paper plate because I'm actually sending this to work with April so her staff can enjoy it. Y'all, we've had so many sweets and goodies. These hips and thighs do not need any more, okay? So, but put it on a pretty plate. If you're, you know, serving it obviously for your holiday party. Y'all, I think we need a little sip of wine as a blessing. We gonna bless it. Bless you, my child. All right. Y'all, I don't think it's gonna come out. All right, I'm gonna leave it like this for 5 minutes and... Oh wait, no, it looks like it's coming. Here's the thing, is it gonna be jacked up on the top or nah? Drop a comment below, let's see. Let's see what y'all think. What do you guys think? Did it come out pretty? Did it come out pretty? Ooh, that brown sugar and cinnamon is very hot. Be careful. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! So the inside here did kind of mess up, but that was my fault literally just now but it's all right. We're just gonna tuck it in there. No one will even know after we put the glaze on it. So, yes, it worked. I'm happy. I was honestly super nervous. I didn't think it was going to. This needs to cool completely, and then we will glaze it. All right, so this is completely cool now. Might have to thin this glaze out. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, you guys. Hopefully my fat arm is not in the way. And, you know, just try to make it look as nice as possible. Now you can pour it on the whole thing, but I kind of like this method better. There we go. All right, guys. Is it perfect? No. Is it gonna be delicious? Absolutely. So thanks for joining me again in my kitchen today, guys. I appreciate everyone who participated in the chat. recipe and links will be in the description below. Make sure you check them out. And until tomorrow, my friends, from my kitchen and the Holiday Hot Mess Express to you and yours, Merry Christmas and abundance and blessings to you. Bye-bye.